Good evening. Hi Rekha, welcome to Jeshi Narayan Creations. Very good evening. Hi Kavita ji, Satya. Oh, thank you Shantia. Thank you so much. Hi Shobha, Anandi. Hi Leela, welcome. Nagakumari, good evening. Welcome to Jeshi Narayan Creations. Where are you from, Shantia? You are from Chennai? Hi Samyukta, Namaste. Welcome Lakshmi ma'am, good evening. Namakkal, okay. Okay, welcome to Jeshi Narayan Creations, second another live show. In today's session, we will be doing rather painting a Vitoba Krishna, that is a standing Krishna, very majestic. This is the one which we are going to do today for this session. It's going to be on the saree once again. Nagakumari, just ask her to. Okay, Nagakumari, just ask a sister to log in again. Okay. Hi Usha, good evening. Hi Meena, very good evening. Kumarji, good evening. Good evening. Hi Padma. Good evening. Yeah, Leela, the size is the same in an A4 size. It is about 8 inches high. I told you the other day itself, all the pictures are all of the same size. Since it's a standing pose, it looks little bigger, but it is not so. Okay, this is 8 inches in height. And this is an A4 sheet. Vasanti ma'am, very good evening. We will start this session. Here in the picture, for the gold and all I have already done. The gold painting is all over with the black outlining also finished. Now we will start the main coloring. In today's session we will be doing the lower part of the tassel, a little bit of coloring and different technique I will be teaching you. Then the garland, the dhoti, and then the vastra. So these things we will do, and of course a small lotus on which he is standing. So that lotus also we will be painting today. These are the things which you are going to learn in today's session. This is an Vitoba Krishna, standing Krishna. Okay. Just a minute. Padma Govindaraj, please share your WhatsApp number and I will share the design in turn. Okay, so that you can create it on a fabric, maybe on a saree or on a dress material also. Okay, now normally in the original style of tanjore painting, as well as when we do any fusion style or on fabric, here for the tassels, not only for the tassels, even for the other areas also, wherever we want to go for with the comma stroke or the head and tail, normally we call it. So after doing that, in original style, we stick the gold. Here the gold paint is given first, and then on top of it the black outline. It's just a reverse, okay? The black outline second, and followed by the cone work. Once the cone, here the cone work is nothing but the cone liner work, that is the comma stroke done with the Fevicryl 3D outliner. So after doing the cone work, what we can do to enhance it, because this is a fabric where the color is little different, it is not darker based, so the gold might not be that catchy. So what we have to do is, whether it is this kind of color or in the original style of painting also, what they normally do is, on the cone work they apply the color. A portion of the cone work will be given coloring. So the colors which they normally use are green and red. Either you can use light green, don't use sap green, use light green, and then crimson red. These two colors can be used. The same way we are going to do here also. Now I will do a small portion on the shawl, what he is wearing. One side it will be like a pattern, the other side will be with the head and tail comma stroke. So we will do that first, let it dry, and then I'll show you how it is to be painted towards the end of the session. And before that I will show you the exact thing on the small tassels. It is very small, you may not be able to see it also. That is why I'm going to do a larger one here. Okay, so for the larger one, what we do is, மீனா இது வந்து ஒரிஜினல் டேஞ்சூர் பெயிண்டிங்கில் நம்ம இதை மாதிரி ஹெட் அண்ட் டெயில் ஸ்ட்ரோக்ஸ்னு ஒன்று போடுவோம். ஸோ அதே மாதிரி இதில் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி கோன் லைனர், 3D கோன் லைனர் யூஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம ஃபில் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஃபில் பண்ணது நல்லா காஞ்ச பிறகு அது மேலே நம்ம வந்து கலர் கொடுக்கணும். அதுதான் இப்போ நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டெப் பண்ண போகிறேன். அதுதான் இப்போ இத்தனை நேரத்துக்கு நான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஓகே, நவ் ஹியர் the vastra or the shawl, whatever you call it, it starts from near the ear, then comes down, and it's like this. So I will do a small portion. Just make, starting from one end, touching the other end. This is the gap. So you have the cone should be, I mean the comma stroke should be in such a way that you start at one point and you end at the other point. Some places it may be a broader, lengthier one, and some places it will be very short. Say for example, these are all short ones, whereas here it is going to be little length. Okay. Padma, the black line which I have done here is the outline done with the 3D cone liner. Just make head and tail starting from one end of the patch and touching the other end of the patch. Very closely packed, kitta podam indha mari, and evenly done. Just see the strokes. See, whatever I do in the class, soon after the session, those who want the designs, please message me and I will share the design. Absolutely no issues. Okay. So I have done the head and tail here. This is how we do in the original style of tanjore painting also. But here it is the second step. That is after the tracing the design, we go with the gold paint. Then we do the cone work. Okay. Whereas in the original style, it is towards the end. Just before sticking the gold, we normally do this cone work. So it is always on fabric or on a board or on any other substrates other than original style. It is the reverse way of doing it. Just a minute. Okay, now let it dry, and before moving on to the next step, I will show you how to color the cone work. For the coloring, I told you there are only two colors. Don't use any other color. Use either light green or crimson red. Take the color. You can use acrylic color, or you can even use fabric colors also, because we are not going to paint on the fabric, but the color will be applied on top of the cone work. So any one of these you can use, either acrylic or fabric colors. Okay, but use only these two colors, not any other color. Hi Pratibha, good evening. And when you are doing it, please do not dilute it. Just straight away from the container, you load the brush and then apply on the cone. Now I am taking Hi Shubha, hi Sharda ma'am, good evening, hi Vasanti. Now just load the brush with red, very little by little only you have to add the color on the cone. Okay, now we have the cone work done here. So don't fully paint the cone work, just the lower part where you have the head portion. Only that portion should be painted with the acrylic color. Just on top of the gold, that is the head portion of the cone work what you have done, apply the color. Superficially, just apply. Now for these two I have given red. Similarly on the other side, let me give red. Just remind me towards the end of the session, I will show it on the shawl also. Don't add water because it will become dull, so direct color will be fine. Then these portions, it's enough with red. Now let me load it with green, and then I will continue in the other places. Just on the head portion, we have the head and tail portion done here, so on the head portion you have to color it, just very gently and superficially. I have shown this in detail in one of my earlier videos where I did a peacock on a blouse. So it had lot of cone work, and I have done this. I have made the same effect on that using this technique. Done. Okay. Now the next one. We will color the garland. So for the garland we need white color. Let me give the base white first, and then we will start with the main coloring. So here we are going to have the inverted lotus. Okay. Just apply color for the garland portion. This is the garland portion. Okay, and the lotus at the feet, and the tassels what we did now. We colored the tips of the head and tail, especially the head portion. Use a little rough brush when you apply the base coat. Rough in the sense not a fresh one. An old brush you can use, because the application should be uniform and well spread. And somebody was asking, they messaged me just like last time. They have messaged me, not the same person but a different one, asking me to do some of the black thing, the outline work with the paint and the brush. Yes, I will do it right now. That is why I have left here and there some of the gold as it is, because I want to show it to them. Hope Manimekale is present today. Hi Radhika, good evening. Hi Manimekale, hope you are here watching my session. This is the you have requested for a technique which I will be showing it right now. This has to dry completely. Don't start immediately the shading, because the shading, it's the thing is each flower is different, separate. So don't give the shading first. Wait for the base color, the coat to dry, and then we will start with the positioning of the flowers and then the shading. Now before this, let it dry. In the meantime, we will do the lotus at the feet of Krishna. Apply the color. Once again, it's base white. Now this is in 3 tier, okay, 3 rows of petals arranged, or 2, you can make it 2 also, absolutely no issues. Though it is a small portion, you can either have 2 or 3 rows of petals arranged, okay. Now, hi Seshu Kumari, good evening, good evening. Hi Padma, good evening. Now, before the color white dries, we need to give the shading. So, as I told you, there may be 2 or 3 rows of petals arranged. So, accordingly, you want me to draw with a pencil? I will not draw, but I will just show you. First 1 row of petal, then the second row of petal, and finally third row. Or else just divide it into 2 equal half. You can have 1 row of petal followed by the lowest row of petal also, okay. I have taken little red, just apply the color, divide it into 3 parts, wash the brush, wipe it, and then spread nicely. Then little more towards the base. That will be the final set of petals. So just apply the color, wash it, then again you go for the blending. Done. Now this has to dry completely. Now here in the meantime, this is not yet dried. Let us wait for the color to dry. Now here the continuation of the shawl. So we will give maroon color there. So today we let us use many colors. So take maroon color. Don't want red. We will have the darker shade. Because some of the patches where we apply the color needs drying time. So we are shifting on to the next patch. Without disturbing the gold, just try to apply the color. A single coat will do. If it is a darker color fabric, then absolutely you have to give a base white coat. Wherever you give the coloring, here it is maroon, here it is going to be lotus. Here it is going to be chrome yellow, the dhoti, and then shading on top of that. So before applying the color, a base white coat should be given. Remember that. Here I am not giving because the fabric is too fine and there is no need for a base coat. Understood? Okay, that's good. So happy that you joined. That's what even my daughter was telling. Ask her to join from some other device, she was telling. And luckily you also have done the same thing. Happy that you joined. Okay. So let me give one more quote here. That is the vastra or the shawl with two-sided zari border. Okay, this is done. Let it dry. It's almost dried. I think we can start. Here there is absolutely no shading, just direct application of a single color, and then we will do detailing on that. Now for the flower, the garland, I told you it is all inverted lotus arranged to form the garland. So what we have to do now is, with a pencil for the beginners, or even I also used to do the same thing. What I will do is, I will just mark the places where the lotus has to be painted. So same way, Shubha, if you are not comfortable with the black liners, no issues, you just try with the paint. Okay, don't spoil your work. So maybe whenever you are free, you can try on a different fabric so that you are comfortable with the liner work. Now I want to place one lotus here, the tip, then leave a little gap, then another lotus, gap, then the third lotus, again gap. At equidistant I am placing the lotus. The same way you need to continue over here, and then the other side of the garland also. Okay, now once this is done, take crimson red and white. If it is a poster color, absolutely no issues. The second day also you can start with the coloring, but this is a fabric color. You can even use acrylic also. So what you must do is just take white and red, mix them to get a pink shade. Take white, take very less of red, mix it with white, get a pink color. This is little darker. Let me add some more white. Fine, like a baby pink you should mix and get. Okay, now imagine this is I'll show it here and then I'll do it on the paper. Each one is an inverted lotus, the top and the bottom. Each one has at the top portion and the bottom portion. So towards the bottom, what you do is take the light pink and apply towards the bottom. For each and every flower, apply pink first. Done. I will show it on the paper also, so that it will be easier for you to understand. See here, this will be one lotus, then a little gap, then you have the next lotus added to it, then a little gap, then the lotus. So this is how we normally arrange and do the painting for the Tanju style. So the roses are, the lotus are like this. Now since the paper is white, I am not going to give a white base coat, and I am just going to start the second step of the application of pink color. So what you do is, this is the top portion and this is the bottom portion for each lotus. Load the brush with pink shade, that is white and crimson red mixed. apply only towards the base. This is the base. For us, this is the base, and for the flower, it is a tip. Okay. So just apply the color. Let it dry. Don't start the next work immediately. The same way I have done it here on the fabric also. So I have given pink. Understood? Let it dry. Once the color is dry, using a thin brush, you need to outline it once again with crimson. Nothing but crimson. Take crimson and use a thin brush for the detailing. So how do you do the detailing? It's like this. I will just show it on the paper. So it is all inverted. The tip is here, it's here, it's here, and this is the bottom of the flower. So you have to start from the bottom of the flower, draw in the center a big petal, and then make small petals at the sides. Okay. Then join these lines, make small checked pattern to denote the smallest petals arranged towards the inner side of the flower. So this is how it should be. I will just show the bottom, the big petal, and then the side feathers, sorry, the petals, and then join them like this to the other end. Make small squares like this. Okay, this is how the lotus will be. Each lotus, whether it's a smaller one or a bigger one, you have to do like this. The lower part will be the lightest shade, and here it will be shaded with pink. This is white in color and this is pink in color. Hi Ramya, welcome. Now we will do the work on the sari itself, or let me do it on the paper first and then we will do it on the sari. Use 000, but here I have removed a few bristles from the 000 brush, so I will get fine lines. Then draw these lines, make checks forward. Understood? Is it clear? Any doubt? I will just show it closer also. Okay. Now let us continue on the thing. Now for me to turn the frame is little difficult, so I will just hold it like this and then do the work. So here I will start the center petal first. It's not, use the other brush. I just left it as it is, so it got dried, and the tip is very rough. Depending upon the size of the thing, either 2 or 3 besides the center one. Okay. Then draw these lines and then complete the flower. Just see here. I don't know how to. I think you can all see. Okay. Then the next flower, same way. I am doing it in the reverse side. Let me do the downmost one also. Done. The next step is to do the leaves. I will finish up this patch so that leaf placement you will understand properly. Done. This is only half flower seam, so automatically the size will be less and the work also is done. So I have done about 4 full flowers and a small one, half. Okay. Hi Harikala Arts, may I know your name? Namaste. Fine. Now for the leaves, what you do is take yellow and green. Okay. Take yellow, add little green to it. Dilute it. Don't add sap green. Just these two colors will do. I'll show you what to do for the saree. Just take little green, add to yellow, mix it. This is somewhat fluorescent color, right? So I wanted this color, so I'm doing it. Mix it with green. Then apply the green in between the flowers. Hi Vasanti Krishnan, good evening. Just apply in between the flowers. First step is just filling, simple filling. You load the brush with the green color and then you fill the gaps. That's it. Okay. This is light green and lemon yellow. The color which I have mixed here for the base, that is for the leafy portions. The base coat is given with the mixture of light green and lemon yellow. Okay, we will do it on the paper also. Just take the color, apply between the flower. Okay, even at the bottom around the flower you have to do so that it gets completed like this. Here I have not done, let me do here also. Done. Understood? Wait for the green to dry. Then with a darker green, either direct dark green or a mixed light green with little bit of black or blue, any one of these. So you can use direct green, that is dark direct green, or you can mix light green with either blue or little bit of black also to make it little darker than the base. Okay. Now here I am going to use the dark direct green, directly the dark green. Using the round brush number 3. Using the round brush number 3, load the brush with the dark green. You need to place the leaves. For placing the leaves, just randomly place your brush on the lighter green. Just take it like this. That is the tip, the brush tip, you touch the board, take it out, don't keep it flat. Just place it, take it, place it, take it in all directions between the flowers. Hi Anuradha, good evening. These are some of the simple ways of painting on the fabric, okay, because we are not going to paint too big picture, it's a small one, so less detailing will be fine, and that too at the same time it should be easier for you to work with also. Okay, this is done. So light green, then dark green leaves on top of it, here also. But when you do it on the saree with the motif, that is with the krishna at the side, you need to do the extension on the body also. Here the extension will be on the body, here also on the shawl. So all those extension work of the leaves should be done towards the end. First we will finish off all this work. Extension alone you reserve it towards the end. But here on the paper we do not have to wait. So I am just giving a clear picture of how it should be. Understood? Now we will do it on the fabric. Load the brush with dark green. Just between the flowers. Please do not overlap over here on the gold. Just restrict yourself within the boundary line. The extension will be done, as I told you, towards the end. Just start from the center, make a leaf, small tiny leaves, because the gap is very small. Place them in all directions. Just fill the gap. Every time you load the brush, so just a small portion I have done. Understood? Is it clear? Now the next step, what you must do is take the same green, you take, add little black to it, make it little darker, very little of black, and make it little darker. Just add little water, mix it properly. Then using the color, what you do is, in between here and there on some of the leaves, make tiny addition, just here and there, not on every leaf, just here and there. Make again tiny leaves with a darker color of green. Done. So we have given a base lighter green coat, mixing of green and yellow. Then on top of it, it's a light green leaves we did. Then again we have mixed the green, the dark green with little black and applied over here. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so the flower, a portion of it, the garland, a portion of it we have done. Now to highlight each and every flower, take some more black, mix it with the same green, make it little darker. Then the darker leaves what we did right, okay. Mark the outline for each flower. Sorry, here I did not show you. sorry. Now this is done with the lighter green. Then what you do is just here and there make tiny additions. Okay, like this. Then take the darkest green, added little extra black. Right, 1 second. Mark the outline for the flower. Mark the outline for the flower. This is how the flower should be. It's okay, Deepthi. So happy that you joined. Okay. Hi, Kavita. Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Hope you have understood this. So this is how the garland should be for Tanju style of work on the fabric. Okay. Here also, let me complete it. Don't use the liner, use only the paint for the outline. Such a small flower. Done. Understood? So we have done with the flower. Now we will move on to the lotus at the bottom. It's a full bloom, but a portion of it alone is seen. So we will do that. So here the lotus is it's like this. You have the 2 feet. Okay, and the lotus is like this. We have given base white coat and we divided it into 3 parts. This is the first set of petals shaded over here with crimson red. Then we have the second set of petals again shaded with crimson. Then the lowermost again shaded with crimson. Now you need to arrange the petals in all the 3 patches. Okay, this will be the center. So draw, I will start from the bottom. You draw the petal. Okay, 1 second. Just draw the petal, then leave a little gap, draw another one, come back, join, another one, join, another one, join. Now the shading will be only towards the tip of the flower. So here also the shading we did near the tip of the flower. Then do it on the other side also. Same thing, you do it for the second row of petals. This is how it should be done. Shall we do it on the fabric? Okay, we need crimson. Take crimson red. Yeah, I think this brush is good. Take crimson red, direct red, no mixing of any color. Start from the bottommost set of petals. It's all drying very fast. Here the climate is too hot. That is why it's drying very fast. Okay, one set we have done. Then do the next one. So next one will start from here. Okay, you can make a mark. Make the petal. Done. Then the final topmost. This will be the center of the flower. Okay. The other half is on the other side. Now to highlight it, add crimson red and little bit of black. Make a darker, a little brown shade. Just mark the partition, even towards the bottom also. Okay. Then take green color. Hi Basha, good evening. To denote the outer portion, the calyx portion, take green color. Just draw a straight line here. Done. So this is over. Now we will move on to the dhoti. Okay, for the dhoti it's going to be golden yellow and orange shading. So I will take golden yellow. You can finish a painting in a day. Of course, a long time to finish, but in one day you can complete it. The second day you can fix stones and all if you want to. Apply. This is golden yellow. Apply the color. Thank you, Padma. Thank you so much. All these flower painting, the lotus over here and the tassels, everything is applicable for the blouse also, but it will be very, very small in size. Because at the most we can go up to 11, sorry, not 11, height will be around 9 to 10 inches, that's it. Even if it is a high neck also, better to stop with 10 inches height of the motif. Please do take orders. Only thing is you need to do it very slowly, especially when you do it on the fabric. See to it that it doesn't blot and wait for certain colors to dry, certain portions where you apply the color. We need drying time. Say for example the flower, the garland, na? So like that. Decide and then do. Any base coat you can finish off in one day. Second day you can start with the main coloring. And I repeat, if it is a darker color fabric, you must give a base white coat. Remember that. No direct application. Base white coat should be given. Just gently you spread the color on both the sides. Especially with silk cotton, pure silk, tussar, and then sometimes with pure cotton saree also, if it is a darker color. Base coat white is a must. Okay. Now before the color dries, let me just give a wash with orange, and then we will show the foldings. Take the orange. Just at the top, apply the color, then at the sides also. For the entire piece, the border should be first applied with the color, then just blend it. Very lightly you should do this first, because we need to show the foldings also of the dhoti, the pleats and all. So just a gentle shading will be fine on one side. Do it on the other side. Next krishna what we are going to take is butter krishna, the original style, that is the famous one in Tanjore painting, the sitting with the butter pot. Understood? Light color we have given. Now here for krishna, the face, the skin coloring will be white with crimson shading. It is not any other color, so I will go with white base coat with crimson shading. Okay. Now let me start with the shading. For the dhoti, just load the brush with orange. First do it with orange. Just 2 or 3 numbers will be fine. This is for one side. Now on the other side it will be, here you have it from both the sides, and for the other side it will be just single sided. This is the next step what we have done. Now what you do is dilute orange, take little orange, add water to it, dilute it, then load the brush, give a gentle press to remove the excess water, excess water in it, and then on top of each line keep the brush flat and take it off like this. Then again wash it, wipe it, just blend it, then again the diluted, I will keep it here, the diluted orange, just stop like this, Wash the brush, wipe it, and then blend it. Okay, again diluted orange. Just make a small curve, wash, wipe, then blend. Then do it on, do it on the other side also. Wash the brush, wipe it. A little bit towards the bottom. Okay. One side we have done it. Now the other left leg, just above the line what we have already marked. Wash the brush, then blend it. So nice to work on fabric. Okay. Now the next step is to highlight the main picture, the main dhoti portion. So what you do is take crimson, then little bit of black, get a darker color, brown color. Okay, then what you do is load the brush, just draw the outline for the dhoti at the top, then for the entire patch outline it first, then the same color, just follow the first mark of orange what we did, as thin as possible. Okay, don't make it too dark. Same way for the left side also. Okay, then below the orange line, done. Then to highlight it little more, what you do is take the same color, that is here it is crimson and black mixed. You can make some pattern. Similarly here also at the bottom you can have. That's it. Now still more, if you want to decorate it, you can just place dots with the same color randomly here and there, few numbers, not many. Only dark color will be shown here, so use the darker shade. Don't keep gold dots and all, it won't be shown. Understood? Now the dhoti is completed. It is fully done. Thank you Deepti, thank you Pratibha, thank you so much. Understood? Now this is dried. I'll show you, only then you can really now since the garland is coming here with green color, let me use red. I think that will be fine. Okay, not any other color. Please remember, this is directly loaded from the bottle, no water mixed. One second. Hello. Now here, just you can see the head and the tail. On the head only I am applying the color. This should be done only after it dries completely. Wash the brush, wipe it. Just spread again. The in between gaps of the head and tail. This is done. Thank you, Sharda ma'am. Thank you, Anandavalli. Thank you so much. Understood? Is that clear? Fine. Now what is left for us is, there is one traditional way of doing the work in original style of tangible painting, that is the anklet, then the bangle and the zari over here. So I will teach you that also now, so that in case in future if you are doing it on any other picture also, you can follow the same technique. It could be done with the liner or with the paint. As Mrs. Manimegle has requested me to use the paint and the brush, I am going to show you with the paint itself, okay, not with the liner. So I will be doing for the bangles, the anklets over here, and the same pattern for the zari also. So it's very simple. In Tamil we call it as a kada or the tandai for the thing. Na? So that particular thing, traditional jewelry pattern, this one, okay. You find this traditional jewelry pattern very simple. It's in spiral, so the same thing you find in some of the paintings of original Tanjore style for the zari border also. So I'm going to use the same technique for all the three. Now for the bangle, don't draw the outline for the bangle, just straight away do the work. The work is, I will just show it to you on the paper. It's like this. Suppose imagine this is the bangle. Now the work will be, don't draw the black outline, this is gold. On the gold you need to do like this. Now the gaps over here will carry the head and tail strokes. It will be very, very beautiful when you do it, okay. Since the gap is very small and doing it with the liner will be definitely difficult for you, so I am showing it with a brush. Hi Aarti, good evening, good evening. If you are really good with the liner, then you might as well try with the liner, but for the others it is always better to use the paint. No outline, remember, just draw the pattern. It should be done at equidistant. Follow the patch, touch both the sides of the outline and complete it. So one side we have completed. Now the second side. Do not add water to the paint. It's just the direct paint. Set small gaps between the curves. Now, the hand we have done. The bangles. Now for the anklets, the same thing. one side. Hope Manimekale you are here watching this. Understood? Just see the jewelry. Traditional style of work in the original Tanjore painting. Okay. So we have it for the bangle as well as for the anklets. Now the same thing we will do for the zari also. It look very pretty. I have seen in some of the paintings at Srirangam, Trichy. What you do is you just have to border, thin border, where here in the small gap we will place white dots. Another technique of Tanjore painting, characteristic feature of white dots. A small patch will do. Do it on both the sides for the zari. Okay. Thank you, Aarti. Now, the center gap will carry the same pattern. Understood? Again, it is with the black only. In the original style, we do the cone work, we fix the gold and then do the black outline. Here it is a reverse. We do the gold painting first, then do the black outline, and finally we end up with the cone work. That is the head and tail with our liner. See how the color slides on the gold so beautifully. Incorporate this design whenever you do Tanjore painting. Done. Okay, so this is over. Now we will move on to the center, the maroon portion. There what you must do is mix white and I'll take some more white. Mix white and chrome yellow. Sorry, this is golden yellow, not chrome yellow, it's golden yellow. Thank you. I'll use another brush, the thin one. Just make small design, running design. We call it as running design on the maroon. First you draw, then again you apply on top. One more time. Now the next step is to add head and tail strokes with the brush by the sides of it. Okay, so what you do is you start from the bigger end, the head, and then the tail, head, tail, head, tail. Slowly you reduce the length. Then I will do this side first. Just keep it like this and continue, complete it. Now it will be opposite side. From here you need to do. Okay. Then small gaps, just try to fill the gaps also and continue to the other side thing also. Very simple design and so beautiful it is on the thing. Then you have the gold portion here. The continuation is these two. Okay, here also. So now what you do is on the gold, here one side it is going to be the head and tail strokes with the color on top. Okay. Then this is the inner portion. The outer portion is like this, where I have done cross work. Now take a contrast color. Remember to take the base color of the fabric also into consideration. So don't use red, use some other color. It is towards the outer, so you can use green color. Okay, either it could be light green or dark green. Take I'll tell you, take light green, mix it with little chrome yellow, just mix these two, make it little diluted, not too diluted, very this will be fine. Okay, don't add water much, just then follow the black line by the side of it without disturbing it. Apply the color both the sides. Here also, just you can blindly follow the black line and apply the contrast color. Because of the fabric is somewhat a little bright, so I am using green over here. Don't use red. All these black lines are done with this thing, liner only. Okay, one side we have done. The other side is going to be the head and tail. Understood? So I think I have almost done everything. Side shawl, all these things. Yes. Yeah, that's all. Down lotus also I have. So this is over and the garland has to be done. Now for the Rudraksh. We have a Rudraksh mala. So take brown color. Once again you can mix red and black or red and green. I would prefer to take red and black. Okay. No direct color. Just mix it with these two. This thing, and then load the brush. The Rudraksh is like this, the shape. The shape should be then a small gap, small gap. It will be like this. Okay. Your saree is light green. Where do you want to use red color, ma'am? Which portion you were talking about? May I know, Sharda ma'am? Your saree is dark blue. Is it ink blue sort of? On the blue color, this green, the yellow, the garland, everything will be the same. Okay, what else you want me to, what is your query like? Please let me know. Just do the Rudraksh. Later on we can do the outline and the detailed work on this after finishing the body portion, not now, because we need to shape it properly after giving the base coat, that is the skin color, okay, whatever the color may be. So the Rudraksh is also we have done. So that's all for today. Yes, I think I have done everything. Garland. So I wanted to concentrate on the garland, the dhoti and the vastra and the lotus, especially the jewelry. Okay, so we have done that. And the coloring on the gold. We do it over there after fixing the gold with the gold paper. But here, after the cone work, we do the coloring. Just now you okay. So for that, your light green, your saree is blue. Yes, the same green you can use. Sorry, your saree is light green, is it? Then use red, contrast, okay? Red will look very pretty. Instead of green, you can use red. On the gold, draw lines and then fix the color. Now we will fix white dots. The white dot should be placed, just see, where and all we will place white dots for this picture is, it's a small one, so use the 000 brush, add a drop of water, mix it, bring it to a proper consistency, not too diluted, not too thick consistency. I told you we have done 2 small patches, right? You can keep dots over here. Keep only white dots, don't use any other color. Just one time placing it will do. To paint on a fabric, that too with these kind of traditional art forms, is so interesting, and it's really a stress buster. Place tiny dots because the gap is very small. Load the brush every now and then, place it over there. And then here, of course, below the tassel always it is white dots. Okay, all the tassels. Thank you, Nagakumari. Thank you, Sheshakumari. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, see, the camera cannot be zoomed first when we do the live. And then I will, as Samita says, I will just take it and show it little closer. You can have a look at it. See, once I finish it, I'll come to the other side and show you each and every portion. Okay. Now, what is left for today's session is the jewelry, the anklet, and the bangle. See how I'm doing it. you have the broad portion here. So the head will be here and the tail will be here. But on the other hand, the other side, it is just the opposite. So you follow the curve and make head and tail. I will do it here. First do one side, the head and the tail here, leaving the gap in between. Okay, then you turn it. Now the opposite side. My dogs. Just head, opposite side and tail. Okay, same way here also. For the zari you can do only one side, that will look very pretty. Don't do it both the sides. It's all our this thing decision only. So one side I am doing the head and tail, leaving the other gap as it is. Make bold head and tail. Okay, don't make thin ones, let it be little bolder. Here there is no need for the coloring on top of the head and tail. Just leave it as it is with black outlines on either side with the cone in it. Done. Understood. Now I will come to the other side, then I will show you. எது நேம் என்னன்னு கேட்குறீங்க மீனா? எதனோட நேம் கேட்குறீங்க? கேன் யூ ஜஸ்ட் லெட் மீ நோ. நீங்கள் என்ன கேள்வி கேட்குறீங்க? ப்ளீஸ் எழுதுங்கப்பா. I will answer your question. போஸ்ட் நேமா? ஓகே, போஸ்ட் நேம் வந்து விட்டோபா கிருஷ்ணர். ஓகே, ஸ்டாண்டிங் போஸ், நின்றுட்டு இடுப்பில் நல்ல கம்பீரமாக கை வச்சுட்டுருக்காரு இல்லையா, மெஜஸ்டிக்காக. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் விட்டோபா கிருஷ்ணா. We had crawling Krishna first, then we had leaf Krishna, now it is Vithoba, then we will have the butter Krishna, the traditional one, and we have the face Krishna and pendant Krishna. Okay, these are the things which we are going to paint during the session. I will come to this side and I will show you how it is painted. Just a minute, because it's a saree na, so very difficult to place it and do the demo. If it is a small piece of fabric na, then no issues, absolutely. Okay, now we have the Krishna here. I need to, every day I iron it. Done. Okay. Now let me know you have any queries. இது வந்து கிருஷ்ணா போஸ் வந்து ஸ்டாண்டிங் போஸ். ஓகே, எஸ், I have it. So thank you all so much for joining, and not tomorrow, we will plan it day after. We will have one more Krishna painting, and we'll share the design. Those who are new, please do subscribe my channel and share it with your friends also, and share your WhatsApp number, so in case if you want the trace, I will definitely send it to you. You can try a piece for yourself. Thank you, Meena. Thank you. Hi, Leela. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed. So once again, Jai Shri Narayan Creations extends its thanks to all the members, all the participants who stayed till the end. Thank you, Sharada ma'am. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for the future sessions. and it will be on today's Tuesday, no, day after tomorrow, Thursday we will plan. Okay, just a minute. Yes, yeah, Rekha, it's a majestic Krishna. Not too much of detailing. Thank you, Leela. We cannot show it over here because it's very small sized Krishna, and if it is a very big one, 18 by 24, now really we can work on it. But this is just 8 inches height, so such a small figure. Not too many detailing can be shared in this. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kavita ji. Thank you, Nagu. Thank you, Leela. Hi, Rekha. Take care. எல்லா டிசைனும் நான் பண்ணுறதை வந்து உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பாக நான் ஷேர் பண்ணுறேன் மீனா, டோன்ட் வரி. உங்கள் நம்பர் எங்கிட்ட இருக்கு இல்லையா, ஸோ அதில் நான் கண்டிப்பாக நான் ஷேர் பண்ணுறேன். நீங்கள் உடனே ஒரு பீஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். தப்போ ரைட்டோ, ஜஸ்ட் ட்ரை, கிவ் அ ட்ரை. ட்ரை பண்ண சித்திரமும் கைப்பழக்கம் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, ட்ரை பண்ண தான் வரும். ட்ரை பண்ணுங்கள், தப்பாக வந்தால் பரவாயில்ல, அழகாக இருந்தால் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். ஓகே, so we'll meet day after tomorrow with a different pose. Krishna, thank you so much for joining. Thank you all for your support. Thank you so much. Take care and bye bye. Thank you, Shobha. Thank you, Anandi. Take care and bye bye. Hi, Uma Shankar. Thank you. Welcome. I'm going to wind up right now. Bye bye and see you all day after tomorrow.